Hey guys, Richard Blaine here. Thanks for stopping by my easy cooking channel tonight. Tonight I'm going to be doing something special. Tonight I'm going to be having Martha Stewart. You know, that doesn't quite sound right, although I'm sure she wouldn't mind. That didn't come out sounding quite right. Let me try it again. Hey everybody, Richard Blaine here. Thanks for stopping by my easy cooking channel tonight. Tonight I'm going to be doing Martha Stewart. That didn't come out quite right either. Although, I'm sure she wouldn't mind. It didn't come out quite right. Alright, let me try it one more time. Alright guys. Richard Blaine here guys. Thanks for stopping by my easy cooking channel tonight. Tonight, I'm going to be eating Martha Stewart. Oh man, that didn't sound right. Although I'm sure she would like it. Oh, that didn't sound right. All right, one last time. See if everybody, Richard Blaine. I want to thank you for stopping by my easy cooking channel tonight. Tonight, I'm going to be making Richard Blaine's version of Martha Stewart's famous one-pot pasta recipe, and I'm going to be doing it my way, and it's going to be delicious. I want to thank you for stopping by. Let's get going. I'll see you on the other side. Yeah, that sounds a lot better. I'll see you on the other side. Okay guys, so here we have one pot. This is my Cuisinart 5.5 quart Dutch oven. And to this pot, I'm going to add 1 pound of linguine. Linguine is the pasta that Martha used in her dish, and I happen to like linguine, and so I'm just gonna spread it out right here. That's gonna be really nice. It'll work really well. And then she adds some sliced onion, and I'm going to do that as well. 1 whole onion, sliced, as thin as you can get it. It's going to add a nice flavor. Let's get a little over here, a little over here. Get it surrounded. There we go. A little on top. Delicious. Everybody likes onions. Then 12 ounces of tomatoes. Now, in Martha's recipe, she uses either grape or cherry tomatoes, and to tell you the truth, I couldn't find any cherry or grape tomatoes. So what I'm using is something called Campari tomatoes, which are actually little beefsteak tomatoes. Nice, plump and round, a different flavor, and I'm just going to surround the dish with these tomatoes, and they're going to give off their water, and it's going to be really, really tasty. Dry off my hands here a little bit. Now we're going to add some sliced garlic. Martha used 4 cloves, and I'm a bit more of a garlic fan, so I'm using 6. And it's just a matter of preference. Thinly sliced cloves of garlic. Now usually when it comes to garlic, I'm a mince guy. But we're talking about Martha, okay? She's a genius. I don't care what anybody says. She is a culinary genius. Okay. There we go. And the rest right on top of the pasta. That goes in. I wipe off my hands. And we move on to the next ingredient, which will be a little bit of black pepper. Okay. About a teaspoon, maybe 2, of coarse ground. And I'm opening up the blades on this, so it's a little more coarse than usual. So maybe about a teaspoon, maybe a little less. I do the teaspoon. She did half a teaspoon, but I like the heat from the black pepper. So right there is about a teaspoon. And then about 2 teaspoons of salt. This here is Spanish sea salt. Going through a fine strainer on the tube it's coming out of. 2 teaspoons looks like more than what you think. You want your water well salted. That there's about 2 teaspoons right there. This is really, really going to be good. Now, what Martha didn't add to hers is a pinch or 2 of freshly crushed dried oregano. This is going to add some earthiness to the dish. Even with Italian cooking or American Italian cooking, we're trying to get some umami. You know, we want savory, we want salty, we want a little hot, possibly want a little sweet. Okay, so there we go. Little freshly crushed oregano bulbs. Delicious. I can smell it from here. Oh my God. Okay. And then just a little bit of red chili. You know, pinch to taste. Get it all the way around. I happen to like red chili. Be a little more Sicilian. That's about right. All over. Delicious. Delicious. Okay. I'll get a little bit on the ground. I guess the dog will get it. Yeah. But we want that chili. Okay. Or at least I want that chili. Now, we are going to add some chicken stock. Here we go. Now, the reason I'm adding chicken stock is because in Martha's recipe, she adds water. And water is okay. There's nothing wrong with water. But as you've heard me say a bunch of times, cooking is all about flavor. And so if you could substitute stock for water for the flavor layer, do so, because in my opinion, water is just too darn pedestrian. All right, so we got the water in. We're going to move this around. We're going to turn the heat on high. Move this around. Now, in Martha's recipe, she used 12 ounces of linguine and 4.5 cups of water. And in my recipe, I'm using 1 pound of linguine, 6 cups of water. Now, what's going to happen with this recipe is we are also going to add a little bit of olive oil, even though in most cases you don't add olive oil when cooking pasta because you're going to be straining the pasta. In this particular dish, we're not straining the pasta. We are making a version of an Italian dish called aglio e olio, water and olive oil. In my old neighborhood in Brooklyn, Flatbush, the local Italians would just call it pasta aglio, okay, or linguine aglio, or rigatoni aglio, okay, doesn't matter, pasta aglio, okay, Bucatini aglio, all right, doesn't matter. Water with olive oil, starch water with olive oil. So if I was doing this the long way and cooking a pound of pasta in 5 quarts of water, I would reserve 2 to 3, maybe even 4 cups of the starch water to make the aglio sauce and add the olive oil along with the garlic and the pepper and everything else. Well, right here, we're concentrating the flavor. I'm not going to be straining this. The chicken broth, in place of the water, along with the olive oil, will be making, quote unquote, aglio e olio with the chicken stock for flavor. It's a very thin sauce. It's the thinnest sauce you can get. All right, you know, people talk about thin sauce tomato. Well, I'll tell you what, aglio e olio is the thinnest sauce you can get. And you can make tons and tons and tons of recipes with aglio e olio. Aglio e olio with anchovies, aglio e olio with eggs and capers, aglio e olio with olives and capers, eggs and onions, it doesn't matter. Aglio e olio is very, very versatile. Now it's going to take about 2 minutes to get this up to a boil, and I'm going to add some basil sprigs, some nice little chubby basil sprigs right here. I'm going to push them down, and I'm going to wait to this to come to a boil, about 2 minutes, and it'll take about 12 or 13 minutes in total, so hang on tight. The water is almost, the chicken stock is almost at a boil, and one additional ingredient that I'm going to add to this recipe that Martha didn't add to hers is the earthy flavor of sliced cremini mushrooms, cremini, okay? Besides the oregano, the cremini mushrooms will add another level of earthiness, as well as the basil. I'm going to add about, 5 to 8 ounces. You could chop them if you want. I don't, because they're going to get soft in the pasta. and they're going to give off their own water. So I'm going to wait another 2 to 3 minutes to get this to a boil to show you what it looks like, and then we're going to cook up some pasta. All right, guys, so it's actually taken about 5 minutes on my stove to get the stock to a boil, to soften up the pasta, the linguine, that I've brought to the surface. As you can see, I've brought it to the surface. And it's still a bit stiff, so we got about 5 minutes. So it's going to take between, 5 and 7 more minutes to cook completely to al dente. Although when I do a dish like this in one pot, I like to take it a little bit beyond al dente to allow the carbohydrate molecule in the pasta to expand and absorb more of the sauce. There will be sauce left at the bottom of this Dutch oven. But here we are at the boil, and we're looking at about another 7 minutes. Then I'll taste a piece of the pasta, and if it's still a little stiff on the inside, al dente, I'll give it another minute or two to go just a little bit beyond al dente and expand that carbohydrate molecule to absorb more of the sauce. We'll get ready to plate up. I've got a couple of additions to Martha's recipe that I think make this taste even better than her own famous recipe. I don't want to brag, but I thought about it a lot, and I'll see you in a little bit. Okay, everybody. The pasta is done. Oh my God. The aglio, the sauce, the mushrooms, the onions, the garlic, the pepper, it's all done. It's time to plate up, so hang on tight. Okay. Now it's time to plate. So, what we're going to do is going to grab a nice, healthy measure of the pasta. There you go, right on the plate. Give it a nice little twist. Little bit more. There we go. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean that plate up. But before I do, you might want a little bit of extra salt, a little extra black pepper. Just depends on your preferences. A little bit of chili. A little more oregano on top. Get that earthiness going. Here's where the rubber hits the road. Some cooked, reduced bacon. This is where Martha missed the mark, because this dish deserves bacon. So I chopped up some ends and pieces. There we go. Oh my God. I chopped up some ends and pieces just for this dish. Then some extra chopped basil. Get it all over. Rustic. Nice and rustic. And she used parmesan, and I don't have a problem with parmesan, but I wanted to use sliced asiago. I like asiago. So, there we go. There it is. That's my dinner. I want to thank you for stopping by, and I'll see you on the next video. Take care. Hey guys, Richard Blaine here. I want to thank you for stopping by my easy cooking channel tonight. I hope you liked the recipe I made. Oh, that's my bird in the other room. Excuse me. Oh God, I'm going to shoot him. But anyway, I want to thank you for stopping by my easy cooking channel tonight. I really appreciate you watching. I had a really good time eating Martha. I hope she had a good time with me eating her, or having her, or doing her, because she's a genius. She's an absolute genius. But I enjoyed making this dish. It's absolutely delicious. I hope you make it. I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next video. Thank you for stopping by. Take care. See you next time.